adventure, live your dreams, chase the sunsets, follow streams, one life, one chance.
A short drive from the port of Palma up to the Castell de Bellver took about 15 to 20 minutes, and it transitions beautifully from a bustling Mediterranean waterfront to a peaceful historic hilltop. As we left the terminal, we passed on to the Avenida de Gabriel Roca, famously known as the Passage Maritime. As we leave the flat coastline, we began climbing into the historic hillside neighborhood of El Terreno, navigating the windy roads that lead up to steep incline towards the fortress. We quickly entered the lush Belvedere forest, and the Mediterranean pines provided a canopy of deep green shade, cutting out the urban noise and filling the air with the scent of pine needles. We were met directly by an imposing gold-tinted limestone walls of the 14th century circular castle rising out of the dry moat. The 360-degree lookout was the real high point in the panoramic outlook. We saw the entire harbor, the sprawling rooftops of Palma, and the massive expanse of the Mediterranean Sea stretching out to the horizon.
We booked an excursion to see the Gala Dalí Castle in Púbol, Spain, which Salvador Dalí had purchased for her in 1968. It was a wonderful summertime sanctuary for her to escape the summer heat and, from what we were told by our tour guide, from Salvador himself. He apparently needed to have his muse beside him in order to create great art. He had agreed to visit her at the villa, but only by invitation. He made the request. He would wait for her approval. He agreed he would never stay more than a couple of nights each visit. The tour guide's story did not seem to make much sense to me, as Dalí had created and filled the villa with his artwork and whimsical charm, inside and outside the villa's walls. One would have to believe it would have taken him more than a few days each summer in order to make such an impact on the villa. Gala had apparently hated the look of the old radiator heaters that were installed throughout the villa. She would find ways to hide them from behind furniture and false doors. What I found most interesting was the door he had placed in front of one of these radiators had painted of the very radiator that she was trying to hide. Salvador apparently found this very funny. She did not. Also, he beautifully displayed what was an original oil painting. Salvador painted it for her, still hanging in the music sitting room. It truly was a mix of surrealistic style and that of a traditional work that he would have been part of in training as a young artist. Across from the painting was the most odd table I'd ever seen. A glass top, gifted by a friend, appeared to have legs like that of a chicken. If you peered down into the glass tabletop, you would go and you would look down on the table or the floor below, and you would see the backside of a horse. Very odd. I am not sure why the horse was chosen here, but Dalí represented art spaces in his own unique way. I personally love the villa, and if I had a wish, any wish to make it mine, I would. Of course, I too would want to add a style to that villa. The outdoors is really what I fell in love with. The sweet breeze, lovely gardens, swimming pool, and private terrace. Who knew how well the 11th century villa could have such great bones and would appeal to the 20th century baby boomer. Also, most love stories seem to have a tragedy ending. The last photo is a script intended to be Gala's and Salvador's eternal resting place. To this day, she rests here alone. Just before Salvador Dalí died, he had made it known to his captain that he now desired to be buried in a crypt located below the stage of the Dalí Theater Museum in Figueras, Spain. This museum is dedicated to his life and works and is situated in his hometown. Salvador thought it was more important to be buried near his life's work and fan base. In life, he was devoted to Gala and attributed his success to her. I found it sad to see her final resting place, all alone, still waiting for Salvador Dalí. Salvador really loved Gala, and here they are enjoying each other, he at the piano and her just listening to his song. I could almost see Dalí sitting there, comfortable in his chair before his easel, painting the swallow's tail.
In the end, Púbol Castle stands as the ultimate monument to an eccentric grand love, a private sanctuary where Dalí's greatest muse reigns supreme and where her spirit remains guarded by the surreal world he built just for her. Gala's castle was more than just a home. It was a living canvas of surrealism and devotion, a place where the boundaries of art and reality blurred, leaving behind a beautiful sanctuary that keeps their legacy, love story alive forever.
day.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Ciao.
YOLO adventure. Live your dreams, chase the sunsets, follow streams, one life.
Thank you
one
for watching, and
chance,
as
come
always, hit that
explore.
subscribe button, that notification bell, and see all the videos we have coming in the future. Thank you.
YOLO adventure! YOLO adventure!
Stars reach for the sky.